Hi, I'm Hayden, a chair yoga instructor for senior citizens, and today we're going to talk about 10 yoga poses you can do for your lower back pain without ever having to get up from your chair. As a chair yoga instructor who primarily works with senior citizens, one of the most common complaints I hear is about people's lower back pain. That's why I've dedicated the entire month of August 2024 to discussing this topic. In case you missed it, I made 2 videos earlier this month talking about both the physical and mental causes of lower back pain in older adults, which you can find linked in the video description. But today we're going to be walking through specifically how to do the top 10 yoga poses that will help get rid of your lower back pain for good. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. The first pose we're going to do is our seated cat-cow. So for this, just come to sit easily in your chair with your feet planted firmly on the ground. I want you to bring your hands around the front of your knees. And then on your inhale, pull your chest forward, scoop your chin upwards, and knit your shoulder blades together behind you, squeezing everything together into a little ball on your back. And then on your exhale, you're going to press your knees away, protract through the shoulders, curl the chin into the chest, and engage through your lower abdominals like you were doing a crunch. You'll want to move through each of these cat-cow movements for about 3 to 5 rounds each. This is a great exercise to help warm up your spine and get all of your joints and vertebrae ready to get moving. So to do these, we want to start by coming to sit off a little bit off to one side of the chair, okay? You can hold on to the bottom of the chair here for some support and a little bit towards the back as well. Go ahead and lift your knee up. And then just start to take big, wide circles through the knee, trying to make these as slow and controlled as possible, okay? So we're going to do about 3 to 5 rounds going forward to back, and then another 3 to 5 rounds going backwards to forwards, reversing the direction. When you're done, you can go ahead and set the foot down, come shift over to the other side, and repeat the same process on your other leg. All right, got it? Next pose. Our next exercise is our seated fire hydrants. So to do this, if you're starting here, you want to go ahead and bring one leg over towards the side of your chair. You'll hold on to the top with one hand, and then you'll hold on to the bottom with your other hand for stability. And you might need to scooch off a little bit towards the side, so that way your hip here is just hanging off a little bit. Okay, then you're going to bring your knee out to the side. Again, hold on here nice and strong. Inhale, lengthen up to the spine, and then exhale. Try to lift that knee up as much as you can. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Repeat this for about 3 to 5 rounds if you can. This is really great for building hip strength, which is going to help make sure that your hips aren't tilting up higher on one side versus the other. All right, next pose. Next is our seated forward fold, or Savasana in Sanskrit. So we're just going to turn off to face towards the front of the chair. And I want you to keep one leg bent and one leg extended straight in front of you. Okay? On your inhale, lift your chin and chest. Create length in the spine. And then I want you to pick a point in front of you to focus your gaze on, all right? And then as you exhale, start to lean forward over the extended leg. Now, a lot of the times, people want to sort of curl in like this just to be able to get down lower. I don't want you to do that. It's cheating and you won't get as much benefit out of the pose. So make sure your chest is lifted and that your gaze is forward the whole time. You're imagining someone was pulling your chest forward with the string the whole time. Ideally, if you were to be able to come all the way down, your sternum or your belly button would be the first thing to touch, not your forehead. All right? Now, this is a great hamstring stretch, but it's not great if you have high blood pressure or if you have some other heart condition. Hey, buddy. This is my cat, Winston. He likes to join the videos sometime. Go over there. All right. So if you have hypertension, you don't want to be leaning forward. You never want your heart to be above your head in any posture. So a modification you can do is start in the same position, one leg bent, one leg straight out in front of you. Place your hand out in front of you like this. Inhale, long straight spine. Exhale, try to lift the foot up any amount, okay? And we want to keep the ankle flexed as you're lifting, all right? This will help get more stretch to the hamstring. And then you'll just lift it up for somewhere between 3 to 5 repetitions, and then repeat the same thing on the other side. All right? Make sense? Next pose. All right, so our next pose is our chair warrior one. So for this, I want you to bring one foot off to the side of the chair and then pivot your hips so that your other leg is extending back. Okay, so my left hip is sort of hanging off the front end of my chair. Hold here, and I want you to be pressing the ball of your back foot strongly down into the ground. You don't want the knee just bent and lazy like this. We really want to keep that back leg active. And we're going to square the hips and the shoulders towards the front of the mat. You can hold on to the back of the chair for support. And I want you to curl. Think about curling the abdominals in. So your pelvis is tilting like this, tucking the tailbone in, engaging through the lower abdominals. And then inhale, lift the left arm up, squeeze your left glute, and then hold here for 3 to 5 long breaths. When you're done, go ahead and come back into center and repeat on the other side. This is a great exercise for stretching the hip flexors and the quads, which will help improve your overall posture. Now, one thing you should know is this pose can be a little bit funky if you have really short or really long legs. I have short legs, and so I can't put my front foot flat down on the ground, so I have to come up onto the ball of my foot. That's fine. You may also find this a little bit uncomfortable if you have really long legs, if you're a taller person. So for that, I want you to grab 2 yoga blocks, or pillows can work too, and just place them underneath where your hip is going to go. And then you'll come sit up like this, and it'll give you a little bit more height through the hips, okay? Pillows, yoga blocks, books, they all work for this. Just choose whatever you have lying around. All right, next pose. Okay, so this is our cross-legged side stretch. If it's really difficult to do standing poses and you want to keep the whole sequence just seated in the chair, feel free to just skip this pose. But if you feel comfortable standing, this is a great stretch for your TFL and your IT band, which are on the outsides of your legs. This is going to help prevent your hips from tilting one side to the other and creating uneven pressure on your lower back. So for this pose, we're going to start by standing perpendicular to your chair. We're going to hold onto it with your left hand for balance, and then we're going to cross your right foot in front of your left foot. From here, extend your right arm out to the side. Flex through the right wrist, so that way the fingers are pointing up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, start to press your right hand up and over towards the left side. As you press through the heel of your right hand, your hips are shifting over towards the right. All right, we want to make sure the hand is not coming in front of the face. I want to see your smiling face as you press it over towards the side. We'll hold for 3 to 5 breaths, and then inhale as we come out, uncross the legs, and then repeat the process on the other side. Got it? Great. The next pose we're going to practice is our boat pose, or Savasana in Sanskrit. This is a great core exercise which will help keep your posture nice and straight, and it will help protect your spine. All right, so to start, I want you to just face the front of your chair. Hold onto the bottom of your chair with your hands for support. Then we're going to curl the forehead in, tuck the abdominals in as if you were doing in French. Inhale. And then on your exhale, lift your right knee up and try to touch it to your forehead. Even if it doesn't touch, that's fine. You're just trying to lift it. And then we're going to hold for a count of 5 slow, deep breaths. On your inhale, go ahead and drop the knee down and come to sit up straight. We'll repeat the same posture over on the other side. Now, if this is too easy for you and you want something more challenging, you try lifting both knees at the same time. So sometimes it's helpful to sit a little bit further back in your chair if you want to do that. Instead of holding the bottom of the chair, press your hands down into the top of the chair. Okay, so inhale, and then exhale, lift it up. Holding, holding, holding. All right, so that was a lot of hard work. The main thing that I want you to pay attention to here is that you're not feeling any pressure in your lower back. If you're feeling any tension in your lower back, it means that your core is not active and you're doing too much and you're putting yourself at risk of hurting yourself rather than helping yourself. So if you feel any tension, stop whatever you're doing, come out, and then just go through a few rounds of our cat-cows that we demonstrated at the beginning of the video. All right, next pose. Next up is our seated revolved head to knee pose. So for this, we're going to start out with the knees wide in a straddle position. Okay? And then I'm going to want you to bring your right hand across your body to the outside of your left thigh. Okay? Extend the left hand out long with the palm facing up towards the ceiling. Inhale, straighten through the spine. And then exhale. Think about doing like a freestyle swoop with your hands, like you were swimming through water. And reach over towards your right knee. As we're doing this, you want to make sure the hand isn't coming down in front of the face. The hand stays lifted, and we're curling the core inwards, all right? So squeeze through your abdominals like you were doing a crunch as you reach further over towards the side. We're going to hold this for 3 to 5 long breaths before coming back up and repeating the same process on the other side. This is a great stretch for your QL, which will help release tension in your lower back, keep your hips nice and level, and help support your spine. All right, got it? Next pose. All right, our second to last pose are our eagle twists. Now, if you have sciatica, a herniated disc, or any other kind of nerve pain, you can go ahead and just leave this one out. It might do more harm than good, or at the very least, talk to your healthcare provider before attempting the pose. But if you're otherwise healthy, this can be a great way to help reduce tension in the lower back, as well as strengthen some of the core muscles that support your spine. To start off, we're going to cross your left leg over the top of your right, and we're going to press the palms and forearms together in front of you. Try to keep your elbows level with your shoulders. Make sure this is really active. Press, press, press your hands together. All right, and inhale, lengthen through the spine. Keep your chin and chest lifted. And then exhale, use your core muscles to twist you over towards the left side. So you're twisting towards the side where your leg is on top. So my left leg is on top, so I'm twisting to the left. And then I'm going to hold here for a count of 3 to 5 breaths. Once I'm done, I'll exhale, come back to center, release my arms, and then repeat the same process on the other side. Got it? Great. Last pose. All right, our last pose is Savasana, and this pose is purely to relax your mind and body at the end of your practice. There are 2 ways that seniors can do this. One is sitting in a chair or on your couch, and the other is lying on your yoga mat on the ground. The couch version is great for those of us who have a hard time getting up and down easily. You want this to be as relaxing and rejuvenating of an experience as possible. And so if getting up and down takes away from the experience, have absolutely no shame with taking the chair or couch variation. Let me go ahead and show you how to do both. So for the seated variation, I'm going to find myself a nice comfy couch, and then I like to use some supports for my lower back and my neck. So I'm going to put one pillow here beneath my lower back, and then take another pillow to place behind my head. Then I'll just scoot back, and I'll have a chair. You can use yoga blocks, you can use a stool or a footrest. You can leave your feet down like this, but I personally really like to have them lifted. And then you just rest here with your palms up towards the sky or resting on your belly, whatever feels comfortable for you. Let your eyes close and just let yourself sit here for a good, I would say minimum 3 to 5 minutes, and let yourself completely rest, relax, and be at ease. All right, so here's how you can do the reclined variation if that's what you choose. So for this reclined version of Savasana, I'm going to go ahead and have my yoga mat out if I didn't already. And then I like to use pillows because pillows make everything better. So go ahead and grab 2 pillows. So I like to place 1 pillow beneath my knees. This will help make sure your lower back is nice and round and pressed into the mat as you lay back. And then I'll have another pillow here behind my head. We'll go ahead and lay back. Let my hands rest on the mat, palms up towards the ceiling. Or you can rest your hands on your stomach, whatever feels good for you. Let your eyes closed. And again, just like the seated variation, stay here for as long as you need, but try to stay for at least 3 to 5 minutes. Just allowing yourself to exist, to wind down, and receive all the benefits of your practice. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I sincerely hope you got value out of all of these poses and you set aside some time every day to practice chair yoga. To help you out, I've created a free printable PDF guide with all 10 of these poses, writing out step-by-step instructions of how to practice. I've included pictures so you can easily remember how to do it. And it also comes with a 28-day chair yoga challenge where you can track your progress towards making yoga a part of your daily routine. So if you'd like to grab a hold of that, you can find the link down in the description of this video. Thank you again for watching all the way to the end of this video. I wish you a wonderful day ahead, filled with mental and physical ease. Bye-bye.